Larry's not here.
That's all right.
I have to tell you that I had such a good time with Allison.
She's great, isn't she?
She's wonderful.
It was mutual. She has continued to text me. I love Jenna. I love
Get
Jenna.
out of here.
I love Jenna. No.
How many times really did she text you? Like, what's the over-under on her loving me? Like, it was 4 texts?
5 times.
Oh, I would have taken the under, but I'm going to go with the over now.
She's lovely. And once again, you got to talk. I mean, she hasn't had someone who actually wanted to talk Greece to.
I know, right?
In
That's all
quite
I
some
wanted to talk
time,
about.
which was, she loved it. Now, she is, I mean, we worked at a restaurant out in the Hamptons, and she is as sweet and wonderful as she comes off. She's just a lovely human being.
Love it. I love that. Are we up and running?
Live.
Okay. Well, that was a nice treat because, I mean, I saw more of her on this show than I usually see at home, so that was nice.
Got it.
I should have gone over bills with her and given her things that I needed to do.
Right.
We're here with Andy Engel, and Andy is, I love that the bio that I got sent was a comedian, political junkie, and other things.
Right.
That's basically what it was. All I needed to read was the top 2.
Okay.
I figured 3 was open-ended. We can have fun with and other things. That's where you come in.
Yeah.
But there's much to be discussed.
Yes.
It's, from up here, it's very quiet, right?
Yeah, it's very nice.
It's calm and it's peaceful.
Beautiful.
The occasional hammer, a little construction.
That's nice.
Siren, some crime. But down on below, on street level, and behind the scenes, it's like... right? The candidates are probably, I don't even know what happens on the day of. It's like the night of a big performance. Like, what do you do? Are they taking a nap? I mean, they're both so old. Like, they should probably taking a nap.
They are old. Yeah, they probably. Hopefully Hillary's meditating. I'm hoping.
Something.
Yeah.
She was out in the rain the other day screaming. I felt bad for her. Like my mom. I was like, go inside. You're gonna get a cold. I was afraid she was gonna get pneumonia. Like really was worried about it.
Right.
But so you've been through a number of elections.
Yes.
Does this feel different?
Yeah, because we have somebody who's insane who's running for president. I mean, he's not normal. Yeah. Anybody who says this guy's normal, I think that he's a good man and we want to make America great again. And, well, what does he stand for? Well, let me just say, you can't say what he stands for. A wall. I mean, he's insane. He's really mentally ill. Well, I hope I don't get attacked by his people, but anyway.
No, all opinions expressed, or I don't know, whatever that disclaimer is.
Yeah.
I mean, he's done something right, I guess. He was able to build this, fortress of Trumpitude, and
he's had 3 bankruptcies. He bankrupted 3 casinos multiple times. He has 3,500 lawsuits in his career against him. 3,500. 53 newspapers just came out for Hillary. Only 2 came out for him, including multiple Republican newspapers that are losing readers and money because of that.
Right.
You've got the last 2 Republican presidential nominees not supporting him. The 2 former Republican presidents not supporting him. There's a subtext here. This guy is really dangerous.
He's got the Klan.
Exactly. You're right. That's true. He's got the Ku Klux Klan, and he's got some other scary people behind him. Yeah, that's in a nutshell.
So how in the world does someone like that make it all the way to the Republican candidate for presidency?
He got insulted by Obama at the press conference, decided he's going to run for president. He never wanted to get this far. A lot of people have said that. He's intentionally trying to lose. He doesn't want to win. His own son came out the other day and said becoming president would be a step down for him. He doesn't want to win because it's hard. The thought of him having to win and govern, he's not ready for that.
But he can't even put himself in a bad position. He's tried. He said the B word. There's nothing this guy can do to sabotage his own election.
Right. He says, why can't we use nuclear weapons, Well,
for a number of reasons.
For a few, just a couple of reasons.
But what does that say about Hillary if a guy that is almost trying to sabotage himself, that has literally done everything you are not supposed to do in the book, is only a few points behind her the night before the election, or the day of the election?
I think she's just got a lot of people that are against her, and because of many years. I think it's sad.
Because of her doing, or because of Bill's doing?
Because they just can't stand her policies. They just can't stand the fact that she's for gun control. She's for climate. She's pro-choice. She's got all these positions that I think there's people have aligned against her in a huge way. But when you look at this guy, if you were in outer space, you came back to this country, you said, wait a second. And so I said, Donald Trump has actually got the nomination. You say, no, that's an SNL sketch, right? No, that's all messed up. No, he's really got the nomination.
I know. know.
He's right now. He's 4 electoral votes from getting into the White House and having the nuclear codes.
But it just terrifies me that guy has attracted this many votes.
You know what? Let me
the country
pick
that you
up
and I
on that.
live in.
Yes.
Somehow have propelled this guy.
Exactly, Jenna. You know what the bottom line is? The American public should no longer be allowed to vote. It's done. This election's over, baby. No. You can't vote for this guy and seriously get him this far and think that we're going to give you another chance. It's over.
So what's going to happen tonight?
So you're saying that Hillary's going to
win
the queen from now? Like, we're going to, no more voting, she's going to be permanent?
I'm telling you what I personally think. I think that I'm a Democrat. I have some Republican positions, some, not a lot. But I think the Republicans who've come out for her, and I think that says so much. I think it's so powerful and so profound. And all the newspapers, they're saying this guy is off the charts crazy. He's batshit crazy.
Right.
He should not have the nuclear codes.
Right.
You can hear Obama getting Obama usually says so cool. He's getting so emotional over this because he sees how scary this is. And I just think it's mind-boggling to people that are reading and sane and that are reading newspapers. You can't read about this guy and vote for him.
I mean, rumors they took away his Twitter account.
Yeah, I did that for my 8-year-old the other day. I said, you can't do that anymore. But she's 8.
Yeah.
This guy's 69 and going to get the nuclear codes in 2 hours.
Does he have a shot to win?
Does he have a shot to? He does, that's what's really scary. It's very, very scary. I mean, the odds are against him.
How does he win? Is it all
How does he win?
Through Florida?
No, it goes through New Hampshire, I think, because as of yesterday, it's very scary. Because if you looked at 538 yesterday, that website, she was losing Florida, North Carolina, and every single state she had to win except for New Hampshire. That's the only state that she was going to tip her over to the 270. I think that was, and then today it flipped. In the morning, I got up, I went on the website and I noticed all those states now were tipping to her, according to 538.
So,
Sorry.
Jerry's calling.
Who is it?
Me.
United States.
Oh.
Is it you?
The United
Literally, it
States.
just says United States.
Don't say that.
It's got to be an important call.
It's Barack Obama.
You're like,
That's all
I
he
should
wants.
take it.
The United States is calling. The United States is calling for you, Jenny.
Well, they're like, listen, enough with the election stuff. Can you move on? That's basically what they're calling about. They're like, ixnay.
I want to say I'm so excited that I'm going to be back at the White House in a couple hours.
And let's talk
I don't
about
think that was going to happen. I just didn't think, Jen, I did not think that I will be winning in another election.
That's a very, very, very good bill. Very good, William.
I want to say I did not. I'm so excited to be
All right.
back.
So happy no one will be looking at me.
Right.
Do my own thing. What is his role now? Should she?
Oh
should
man,
she win?
that's the funniest thing in the world. Can you just see some little aide run up to him and say, Mr. First President, whatever, you have to cut a ribbon for us or something. I don't cut ribbons. I'm a former president out of sight, so I'm not going to do that bullshit. You're going to have to get some little intern to do that, okay?
And when you get her, can you introduce her to me?
Boom! Here all week, folks. God bless.
He is. I'm just passing by. Yeah, it's unprecedented. He's not gonna be able to go start he's not gonna
be
grow vegetables in the garden.
No,
and
he's
start
not.
a fitness campaign.
No, and I don't
for
want
young
him
kids.
to, and I think smart people don't want him to. He's going to be 4 years of great material for SNL, and hopefully he's going to be 4 years of helping her and whispering in her ear. That's what I see.
Will she be a good? Could she be a good president?
Absolutely.
Without him.
Yes.
Without his influence,
I think she
without
could
his
be. I
advice.
think she could, but I think she's going to be brilliant, even better with him, because he's been through this for 8 years. That's unprecedented. You've never had a former president in the White House advising the current president on a daily basis. That's an amazing concept.
Is that really what's going to happen? Like, do they have that strong a relationship where he's going to be in there advising her?
I think when it comes
we
to
never going to see the two of them together. For the next
I think when
4
it comes to
years.
political ideas, I think she can't not turn to him and say, "How do I fix this? What do you suggest?" Well, of course she's going to be asking him stuff. He's going to be right there. He's going to be in the bedroom. You know what I'm saying?
Well, most nights.
Some nights, right?
Some
exactly.
nights he'll be there.
Or he'll be
Every
at least
Tuesday
close
is an
by.
alternate
Tuesday.
Thursday. Same with the garbage and the parking on the side.
He'll have an office close by. Is what I meant to say.
Oh my God. Crazy. Did he? I know he announced who his Attorney General Rudy and his Secretary of State was going to be. Did she?
I didn't hear that.
I haven't heard that either.
I think he put that out to the list of misfits and Neanderthals and Cretans and castaways and scary people that are behind. They're his advisors.
It's almost just passed out.
It's like a what's the word for it? It's like a the guy from Breitbart, which the Fox News is too liberal for them. You know that?
Yes.
Fox News is too. They've got to go further out to get real information. Fox News is too pro-democratic now. That's a horrifying concept. But that's who Mr. Trump has in his corner.
They leaked Michael Bloomberg yesterday.
Who did?
For somebody. Leaked
For which side?
For Secretary of State.
For Hillary?
For Hillary.
I mean...
but his side released a comment, Mr. Bloomberg won't be anybody's secretary of anything.
Oh, that's very funny.
Yeah.
See, I think Bloomberg would be a good...
President.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because takes a little from here and takes a little from there, knows fiscal responsibility, but also understands, like, a democratic way of bringing people together. Like, that would have been... him or Anthony Weiner, really 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Anthony Weiner was on a horse somewhere. He's like, what did I miss? What's going on?
Well,
What's
how
happening?
does a horse help you in that kind of rehabilitation?
I don't know, but I get little updates on my Apple Watch, which literally is the smallest font in the history of the world, so I often misread things. Like, I don't even know why I use it for information, and it said, I'm in the middle of a show, and I looked down quickly, and it said, Weiner, equine sex therapy. And I thought to myself, I was horrified. I'm like, he's having sex with horses. Like, what happened? He's having sex with the horses.
While reading
What's so wrong with that, Jenna? What's so wrong with that?
Clearly nothing. Clearly nothing. And
I was buying yogurt the other day at 96. It's like 3 weeks ago. Who walks in? Anthony Weiner and his kids. They're buying yogurt. It was very funny. This was right before everything started,
It's crazy.
Both our kids went to the same nursery school, so I see them every morning.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's been really one hell. But listen, as a comedian,
yes,
you couldn't ask for richer material than this political season.
No.
You'd be boring if it was Mitt Romney and Hillary Clinton. It would be a little boring.
I'll be having Clinton back for 4 years. It's going to be unbelievable for anybody that's doing him.
Of course.
I'm so excited to win again. We're going to win.
Right, exactly.
Whatever. Whatever. Doesn't matter.
What happened?
With the sun going down, my shadow was on the
Oh.
seat there.
The way you reacted, I thought there was like a beehive.
I had like my head on your legs or your...
Awkward on
his
so
hair
many
looked like you were
levels.
sitting in billowing grass.
Oh, that's cool.
Right, like the 4 hairs that I have on my head.
Oh.
The fertile plains of the Midwest.
Right.
I'm equally as fascinated by all the political comedic punditry as I am about the fact that you basically like teach comedy.
Yes,
What does
I
that
have a
mean?
comedy school. We have a comedy school.
What does that mean, a comedy school? What does that mean? How do
That
you
means
teach
people
comedy?
come in, and they get up the first night. They do 2 minutes. After 6 weeks, they perform on the main stage at a major New York City comedy club.
Are people innately funny, or can you teach funny?
Some people are innately funny, but you can also teach people things. For example, there's a hack list. There's a list of material that's been done to death. And if you don't know that, you're going to be doing, themes that you should stay away from.
Give me an example. What's on the
Airplane
hack
jokes.
list?
Airplane jokes.
Like what?
Difference between women and men. You know what I'm saying? The difference between white people and black people.
Oh.
Okay, there are themes that have been done. So if you know those things when you start out, you're that much ahead of the curve.
Fascinating.
Okay?
Yeah.
There's a white hack list and a black hack list. Very important for young comics to stick that on the refrigerator and master them and not go over those topics.
I mean, can you Google the list?
Yes, you can absolutely Google it.
White
yes.
hack list, black hack list.
Yeah, they're very
Stay
funny
away from
and
them.
they're educational all at the same time.
Did you just Seinfeld the Google list?
I just
and was
Seinfelded.
Seinfeld?
Yeah.
Was Seinfeld over when Google started?
Yeah, Seinfeld was over in the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame. But I've never seen comedy that has, and maybe I'm alone.
There's
there.
actually a Twitter account called Modern Day Seinfeld.
I follow it.
Okay.
Read it every day. I've never seen comedy that has transcended time as much as the Seinfeld, and how ahead of the curve it was, and how funny and how still relatable it is.
He stops in on my the graduation shows for my school are at Gotham Comedy Club, and he stopped in about a month ago, did 33 minutes, and he said he loves Gotham, he loves the owner, and he comes by a lot. He's done. It's fun if you have a graduation show and he stops by.
It's amazing.
That's kind of inspiring.
Fun.
Needless to say.
That's amazing.
It's a memorable night. It's a very memorable night. Needless to say.
And he was using notes because he was doing really new stuff.
Did he do the bit about the phone and when it rings and you still hear after all these years at the side of the tone, please leave your message beep? What the, yeah, I know. We get it. We've all had phones for 15 years. At the sound of the beep, what are you talking about? Did he do the whole thing with the beep?
I don't remember that. What I do remember is he's doing a lot of personal stuff now, and he's doing something about his wife not being like, if you say that in the wrong voice, you're in a lot of trouble. And he's just about how it's getting the kids to bed is one big thing. You got to hold they're like a king and a queen and get them in. It's like a huge big thing. He's very much talking about family and being a husband and being a dad.
Yeah. And
he's getting more personal. I think he's a deeper, even better comic now than he was before, because I think he's much more personal, and it's much more about his family.
We're talking to Andy Engel, who is a comedian and does great stuff in the political space as far as funny goes. And he also runs a comedy school. Like, how cool is that? I'll tell you, my favorite comedian besides Jerry is Kevin Hart.
Very funny.
I think Kevin Hart is, and now look, my life and Kevin's life, there's nothing relatable really there, and I can listen to him all day, every day. I think he's brilliant, and maybe it's because I don't have such a wide cast of who I've listened to, but I think he's so funny too.
You're not alone. You're not alone. A lot of people love him. I mean, I love Lewis Black. I loved Sam Kinison.
Sam Kinison was a little intense for me.
Right, but his A stuff was very personal from the heart, from the gut. He got compared to Andrew Dice Clay, but I think Sam was the real deal. When George Carlin saw Sam, he said, "I have to raise my game." I mean,
really?
Sam inspired, I think, Robin Williams and all these comics in a huge way, because I think he took sarcasm to the on steroids.
Yeah.
He was unbelievable.
Who else?
I mean, I love Dom Herrera. I love Brian Regan. I love Jim Gaffigan. I love Bill Burr. I love Gilbert Gottfried when he's doing his A stuff.
Yeah.
I love Paul Mooney, wrote for Richard Pryor for 20 years.
When you say doing his A stuff, do these guys get lazy and get
absolutely,
out and they just do their stuff?
Absolutely.
Tell me that.
I think that Gilbert is so talented. A lot of these guys are so talented. They come in sometimes. They don't bring their A stuff. Maybe they're phoning in that night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can tell the difference.
Yeah, absolutely. Or they're preaching. They're just venting. You know what I'm saying? They had a bad day at home and they want to preach.
Right.
And when you see Gilbert do his A stuff, and you see Paul Mooney, who wrote for Richard Pryor for 20 years with his A stuff, that's amazing. That's really amazing. That's on another level.
And then obviously you thought Seinfeld was up there.
I like him better now than from before.
Really?
I really do. Yeah, I think he's much more personal. As I said, he's talking about his family, very personal stuff that I can relate to. I mean, I know Louis is the biggest thing right now. I knew Louis when he was starting out, and I know that Louis, to me, is just this line, it resonated with me. He said he was with his daughter.
Yeah.
He was talking to his daughter, and his daughter was saying something. He says, "What did you say?" He says, "Excuse me, I'm talking to mommy." And I just that's my life.
Yeah.
That's my daughter. That's my 8-year-old. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's something I can identify. It's so powerful and profound.
See, I think relatability is key when it comes to, success, for the most part. So if I laugh at someone who I'm completely unrelated to in any way, then I feel like, okay, you know what? That's funny.
Yep.
It takes a lot for me to laugh out loud, and I don't know if you feel the same way. Your standard, the bar for you is probably so high.
It's high, but I laugh easily, and I do see a lot of comedy, but I still love seeing. I was at a show last night with some young people that are new and they're funny and they make me laugh. You know what I'm saying? But I do have, I don't know, I do see a lot. So
What do you watch on TV? I'm curious. Someone who gets funny.
I think Saturday Night Live.
Still?
Oh yeah, absolutely. When they hit it, I think when they hit it, that's unbelievable. I'm not. Listen, I think
they don't hit it all the time.
This is what I think. I don't disagree with you. I think that they're trying. They're it's artistic. They're trying to hit something. They don't always hit it, but when they hit it, it's amazing.
Right.
I mean, when I think Kate McKinnon's Hillary Clinton is amazing. When she does those, I think her interpretation is unbelievable. She's not doing the voice. She doesn't have a great ear.
Right.
I should say that. She has a great ear, but she's not doing Hillary's voice verbatim, the way Daryl Hammond does or the way Jay Farrow used to. But her interpretation of Hillary, and
physical
the power, she just gets in. It's unbelievable for me. I like that. I find that's unbelievable.
What else is funny on TV?
What other shows besides that? I mean, just somebody special on HBO that's uncensored. An uncensored special on HBO or Showtime. I'm trying to think what I'm watching. I'm not watching a whole lot. I mean, I'm still in it. I go back. I think I'm older than I look. And I go back many years with SNL.
It seems like the country right now is obsessed with the Amy Schumers, the Louis C.K.'s,
right?
Exactly. I'm trying to think. The young, sort of up and coming. I mean, are these people that are going to stay in the business forever, or do they cross over, become movie stars, and then you don't hear from them again?
Some will. It depends. You know what I'm saying? Some will. I think think a guy like Louis, listen, Jerry doesn't have to do stand-up. He's still dropping in and doing stand-up at Gotham. I mean, that's amazing because he wants to do it because he enjoys it so much. He's not doing it for the money.
Right.
He's not doing it because he has a lot of time to kill.
Yeah.
He wants to be there. He wants because why? Because stand-up comedy is the ultimate natural high.
Right.
It's like crack cocaine if you try it. It's phenomenal. I mean, that's why I get calls.
If you hit.
Right, but when
Because
you're...
I got to tell you, even from an audience perspective, when you miss, it is awkward all around.
It's painful.
It's terrible.
Absolutely, but you know, is anything good in life easy?
Well, no, that's a good point.
I mean, you know, but when you hit it, when you're starting out, you're not getting the hardest crowds. You're not getting the drunken crowds in Jersey that are bachelorette parties that are screaming, "Come on, Hilda, let's go!" You know, you're not getting those crazy, insane shows. You know what I'm saying? You're getting a lightweight. You're lifting the lightest weight in the comedy gym. You're getting an audience that thinks you're good. If you, for example, the graduation shows, people think my students are going to fail. They come there and think, "Oh, I hope he doesn't fail. I hope he doesn't fail." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then when he gets
like
a couple
figure
laughs,
skating. You
right?
just
When
pray that they don't fall.
Right, but it's easier in figure skating. You can't fall, and stand up. If you fall and make a joke about it, you can recover.
Okay.
So in stand up, when you're starting, you're lifting the lightest weight in the comedy gym, and you can have a good experience.
Right.
I'm not saying it's easy to be a stand up. It's not. It's the hardest thing in the world if you're going to pursue it as a career. But to take a class or to try it, you can start. You get a taste of what success is. You can get a taste of what a good night is like. Is my point.
Besides the lists, the hack lists, what's
Right.
the first rule in stand-up comedy? What do people learn day one?
Beginners always their setups are too long. And then I went here, and then I said to my mother, "Why didn't you put the red herring over there?" And then she get to the punch, get the freaking punch,
yeah.
get to the punch. Setups, commit 100%. Whatever you do, throw the fastball. You know what I'm saying? Don't come in and say, "Hi, my name is Melvin, and we're gonna do some jokes today." Oh, it's awfully bright in here. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
You got to throw the fastball. You know why? Because if you throw the fastball, it doesn't work. You can joke about the fact, "I tried. Hey, folks, didn't work, but you know what? Sometimes you throw the fastball, it doesn't work, folks. It doesn't matter. I made that freaking effort today, guys, okay?"
Right.
Just trying hard, the audience will be with you, I think, in a sense more. Do what is from your heart and your gut. Do what you want to do.
Talk about what you know.
Exactly. And be personal. Do stuff that nobody can steal, okay? If you're a dirty comic, when you start out, I think it's weird for, I think, beginners to be dirty, to be like a Jim Norton or a hard-hitting guy. It's kind of weird. But if that's where you want to go, then you should try to get there. In other words, but if you're a clean comic and you don't want to curse, then that's what you should do.
Right.
You should not be forced into a box. Stand-up is all about doing what you want to do. You're your own writer, director, producer, and best boy.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of stand-up, and that's what's amazing about stand-up. It's unbelievable freedom.
It's asking for a reset.
Sure. We're talking to Andy Engel. I wanted to get a comedian on to talk politics today because I felt like let's discuss politics from the outside in and not from the inside out, because we've had a whole year of inside out. So let's have fun with it, poke fun at it. Everything's pretty much, this is it. Like, there are no more days to analyze and overanalyze and overanalyze and then post-analysis. Like, we're in it. It's now. It's the next couple hours.
Yeah.
What are you going to watch tonight? Anyways, Andy's a comedian. He's a politically...
CNBC.
Now, why CNBC? That's
because they're very political. I love Chuck Todd. I think he's freaking honest as hell. Because they skew progressive. I think they're smart as hell. I think they're honest too. Even though they skew progressive, I think they're honest. I think Chuck Todd really nails it. I think he's super smart. And the other guy I like, I can't pronounce his name. It's a Polish last name. He's very Steve Kornacki, I think it is.
He's great.
He's very honest.
Really good. He knows his stuff.
Exactly. I think these guys know their stuff. And I don't think they have an agenda. I think they want to tell you the facts.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy that about that show.
But the thing with Kornacki, it's always like, here's how you know a guy knows his stuff. This guy's like name-dropping counties in a city, in a part of a state. I didn't even know that was a state.
He's like Rain Man.
Yeah.
It's good. It's really good county. Good county.
I'm telling you. He's like, well, you got Callahacca County, but obviously that butts up against like Jersey County, and what you're going to do is you're going to have the people from Massachusetts County that's going to come in, and those people are going to, when you have someone like, now go on the other side of the country. I mean, he's naming counties in like Nevada. I'm like, do they have counties in Nevada?
He's got to have a photographic memory, obviously.
He must love it. Like, breathe,
Right.
you bleed politics to be able to do that.
Yeah. Well, I've been watching Morning Joe for the last couple months.
Every day.
Yep.
Every day.
Yeah, I've been watching that and eating that up, And I like watching Joe, a Republican, get just so flummoxed over Trump saying, "Well, this is a line. He can't. Now he's crossed the line."
Yep.
Well, he said that 50 times.
Yeah.
Donald Trump has crossed the line 50 times.
And every time he bounces back.
Right. I loved watching him. I loved Chuck Todd, and I love going to 538. It's really funny. I got an email from Hillary Clinton saying, "Andy, stop going to 538 and checking the polls in North Carolina and Florida and give me money."
Oh, that's very funny.
Yeah, I told my wife that she wants that email.
That's very funny.
Yeah.
That's actually
They
really
knew that I was going to that website.
Yeah.
And they sent me with my name on it saying, "Andy, stop going to 538 and also don't go to that other site."
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was pretty scary and funny all at the same time.
How much have comics, at least new up and coming ones, skewed towards politics this last year that have come in? I mean, are they all doing politics? You can't not.
You can't avoid Donald Trump in one hand, but on the other hand, if everybody's doing it, some people may want to avoid it for that matter. And some guys have a certain niche; they go in certain directions. They're this type of comic or this type of comic. But obviously Trump is just the treasure trove. He's a gift. He's a gift that keeps on giving. Thank you, Donald. God bless you, Donald. Thank you so much. We love you.
You better hope she wins because you've got
she's gonna win. She's
4
gonna win.
to 8 years of a brilliant accent.
She's gonna win. I feel good about it. I really do feel good about it. I was with somebody last night, and he just said, "Who I trust." I don't want to say who he is, but he just said, "And this guy." I said, "Is she gonna win?" She said, "Yes." And a couple other people I know who.
That was Vladimir Putin, right?
What?
You were with Putin last night.
The Soviet Union, let me just say right now, for a very important point, we don't support anybody in the United States of America.
That being said, here are your WikiLeaks emails.
Right.
I have them in my hand.
The Russians are coming.
For a guy that's trying to skew the election, he didn't do such a great job. He's done a Russian job. They only sort of did it.
Right.
If you're gonna do it, do it.
I mean, this whole election, it sounds like an SNL sketch for a year. An SNL sketch doesn't sound real.
Right.
I mean, who would believe it? I could stand on Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and still win. Why can't we use nuclear weapons? The Russians are not invading Ukraine. I mean, it's comment after
anything
comment.
he said on an Access Hollywood bus. Anything.
Right,
If you told me that a human being said that he could grab women by the P word,
Right.
and they are only a few points behind on election night, I would be dumbfounded. I'm dumbfounded.
Right. It's mind-boggling.
It's mind-boggling.
It's mind-boggling. It's scary. The American public should not be allowed to vote anymore. That's it. It's over.
But you're a New Yorker.
Yes.
You're a New Yorker.
All my life.
So we know,
hardcore New Yorker.
Okay, so we know Donald Trump.
Hardcore.
Yep. Look around.
Yeah.
Trump. There's a Trump. This is Trump land.
Yes, it is Trump land.
Are we completely shell-shocked? Did we not? I mean, the women, the parties.
I think I do a little bit. I did know a little bit about that. Okay, but I didn't think that it could get. I didn't think I could read that much about him, and I'd learn that much, and you'd still have that many people supporting him. Yeah. That's what's mind-boggling. It's mind-numbing. It's I don't understand. They're not reading about, unless I know they have a hatred of Hillary. I understand.
Are they so anti-establishment? Is that just what it is?
I think it's anti-Hillary. I think they have problems with her, and I think that they believe certain things about her, and but the fact that you have all these conservative Republicans endorsing her, or sitting on their hands. The Bush family is sitting on their hands. Brent Scowcroft, the first national security advisor for the first President Bush, endorsed Hillary Clinton. You know what that means? That means the first President Bush, George Herbert Walker Bush, is endorsing Hillary Clinton. In essence, he's not coming out. I was waiting for him to come out yesterday and endorse her. I just felt that was, if they wanted to tip the election, I thought they would do that possibly.
Did you think Paul Ryan was going to? No, Paul Ryan didn't.
No, I think but the best thing is watching Paul Ryan and McConnell trying to you ask a question, what do you think of this Trump comment? And McConnell's like, he doesn't even say next question.
Right,
That's too much information to work with.
Yeah.
Next question is too much. Seeing these guys do the contortions, trying to deal with Trump, it's poetic justice, though.
I know.
It's poetic justice. Look what these guys created.
Look, I do I think she's going to win? Yes. I was turned off and put off by all the like Secretary of State, foundation, marriage, you know, intermingling that was going on. Like, they were all in bed with each other, and politics is nasty in this country, and it's like seedy, and I just don't know that much about it. And I think if we really did, like, what do I know about politics? Like, just from watching Veep.
Yeah,
like whatever
that's
Julie
a
Louis
great
Dreyfus,
show.
the
By the
best
way,
show on
you asked me what do I watch? That's
Veep
a
is
brilliant,
one of the best
that's
shows
a
on television.
brilliant show.
It is.
You can't. That's
Awesome.
fucking unbelievable.
It's the one show that I literally could watch episodes over and over because I keep missing nuances.
The big bumbling guy. You
Yep.
know?
I mean, Tony Hale is brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant in the show. She is brilliant in the show.
I'll ask you a
Absolutely
question.
love it.
How close do you think that is to reality? in some
So
ways?
that's my question. That was actually my question to you. Like, what do I know about politics? I know it from watching Veep. It's a colossal cluster F.
Right.
Totally a disaster.
But this is what I would say. I would say Bill Clinton created 23 million jobs, reduced the deficit. Very few people died on his watch. To me, that is where Hillary Clinton, if you're going to judge her on anything, you're going to judge her on her husband.
Okay, but that being said, the guy was impeached. The guy slept with at least one, or had sexual relations with at least one person.
Right.
He was a little gritty. Like, he said some, unkosher things. Isn't that sort of what Trump has done? Like, if we don't judge him by those things, should we not judge Trump by all the things he says and just see what he does? Like, I don't know if there's
You're making some points about Clinton that are true. However, Clinton was very qualified to be president. And did he do some things sexually or whatever that he should not have done? Yes, I don't disagree with that. However, you want a president that's so sexually frustrated, okay? And he was very much prepared for the presidency in every sense of the word. And he did a lot of really good things in terms of the jobs, keeping us out of, wars, keeping us out of reducing a deficit that the Republican handed him. Those are huge successes on his part. Trump is so completely unprepared for that. He doesn't have a clue. What's mind-boggling me on Trump is when he says the line, "Why can't we use nuclear weapons?"
Okay, so now my next question is there a business person in this country, or a non-politician, or someone outside the political realm, I was going to say Ronald Reagan, but at least he had some political experience, but that could be president? That someone that could be president doesn't have any political experience.
Sure, but I don't know if that's good. I think Hillary, having political experience, she knows how to make things work.
Right, she does know how to make things work.
She knows.
She gets the
and
establishment.
she even works with Republicans. People that know their stuff know that she works with Republicans.
Right.
She wants to get things done. That's what she's all about. You put somebody in there that is not a politician, that doesn't understand how agencies work and Congress works and all this stuff, and pass it, I think it would be, in some ways, it could be a disaster.
Correct.
They wouldn't have all that inside knowledge. It's a tremendous amount of insight. How many people does she have working for 4,000?
Right.
She has to have such phenomenal knowledge of so many different areas. And I think she has that.
Where are you watching tonight?
Probably at home. I was toying with the idea of going down to the Javits Center. But
What are they doing there?
That's where she's going to be.
Are you insane?
I'm probably not going to go.
Are you insane?
I'm not going to go. Okay, Jen, I respect you, and I'm listening to you.
I'm sure there was a nicer way of me saying that, but that was my
That
gut
doesn't bother me.
reaction to you going. Are you not like?
I'm not going to go.
That's like going to the Super Bowl to watch the Super Bowl
without a ticket too, because that means I'd be one of the cattle in the herds.
Are you?
I'd be like in the line. I'm sure the police are going to have like lines and lines.
Lines just to get to the lines to get to the lines.
No, I want to see my daughter.
Yes.
I don't know from school today. She's 8.
Yes. This is going to be a fun night tonight. Commercials are going for like $50,000 a pop.
Are they? Yeah.
I'm sure. I don't know.
I want to listen to the results quickly.
CNN has had that clock on for 4.5 days now, countdown to this. Like, I want to watch it hit zero. It's like the Super Bowl and New Year's Eve and Christmas, like, all rolled into one. It's
it's a big night. It's a huge night.
I want to exchange presents. I want to do Secret Santa. Secret Santa. I'm very excited.
I want to exchange presents, too.
I'm sure you do. Sure you do. Sure he does. You should do that. Can you leave the voicemail? On my phone? Like, I want in that voice.
I will do any voice for you. I do several voices as well.
Love this.
I do several voices well, and I don't claim to do all of them. I would say probably my best is Marv Albert. I did him on Conan. I did Marv on every radio station in the country. I'm going public now. I don't get in trouble.
That's good.
Right now it is a really exciting election for a lot of reasons. First of all, you have a crazy man, and then you have Hillary Clinton, who I find very attractive, and then you have a wonderful psychotic, Donald Trump is insane.
It's really good. That's good. I know Marv. I worked at MSG
You really?
with him. Yep.
I did it. I'm going public with this. I don't know if I feel comfortable. I did
That was
him on every
wonderful.
radio station. I did him on Conan.
Back when he was going through his thing?
Yeah.
Very good.
I did Marv. I do who else do, I mean I do old presidents. I do Nixon and Reagan, but I think some of my other good ones are I do Pat Robertson, a little bit out of the news, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The thing of it is it's just you got to understand that Donald is a good man. But he doesn't understand the Christian. He doesn't understand certain things about me and the 900 Club. Donald, please call me. It's Pat.
It's awesome. Spot on. But you have the hands perfect. Face.
I do. I wasn't coming on even ready to do impersonation. I'm trying to think what else I do. I did Mike Tyson on some places.
When you go on a show like that, do they say, what jokes do you want to do and what impressions do you want to do? How does that work?
Usually you might get a little bit of a prep, you know, in terms of, you know, doing this or doing that, you know. I mean, I do Mike Tyson. I did all of Al Franken's voices for his book, Why Not Me?
Okay.
I did like 9 voices. I mean, those weren't celebrities, you know. And, oh wow, I'm trying to think who else I do. There's certain actors from movies. I mean, you know, a lot of the characters, The Godfather and Goodfellas and all the traditional things that a guy would do,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
You know, Mike Tyson.
I'm the greatest fighter in the history of fighting. When I fight somebody, you know, I'm a big Donald Trump supporter. So I'm going to just vote Trump. I love him so much.
It's awesome. It's really good.
Thank you very much.
I mean, you know that. I'm not telling you something you don't know.
No, I'm grateful for the.
Is Tyson a Trump supporter?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. I'm still incredulous. No, impersonations are great. In fact, you know, if you do ones that have been done to death, that's considered hack. Like if you do Jack Nicholson or if you do Christopher Walken, I think I can do Christopher Walken kind of okay. But if you do certain ones that have been done to death, it's hack. But like for example, I do Robert Duvall. That's not done as much, okay?
Yeah, it's sort of random.
So that's a little bit more esoteric. I think that's a cool hip, you know, like you know. Sonny, the 5 families will come against you in 2 seconds, Sonny. Do me a favor. Take that into consideration, Sonny. Do me a favor. Like it's strictly business, Sonny.
I love it. I'm fascinated by
I mean,
by the voices.
I would do like whole scenes. There was a guy that did like a movie. He did a one-man show. He did every character from The Godfather.
Wow.
And I don't pretend to do the voices the best. I can do a couple of voices kind of good, you know. But I feel I could have done a better Godfather because he was doing everybody. He was doing every character. And I feel, you know, it was a cool idea. I love the idea of doing just because so many guy comics do, you know, characters from The Godfather or from Goodfellas. It's almost like, you know, rite of passage for you.
Right.
You know. But that was a fun show to see. I mean, trying to do esoteric characters. Wow. I did Ben Johnson from The Last Picture Show. You know that movie, The Last Picture Show, with Sybil Shepherd and Cloris Leachman, 1971, Peter Bogdanovich's big black and white classic, you know?
No.
I don't want you coming to the theater anymore, boys. I don't want you coming here anymore. Very similar to Gregory Peck, you know.
Scout, I want you to take Jim and Gil and go home. I want you to take Jim and Gil and go home now, Scout.
Yeah.
I said, hey, Mr. Cunningham. I said, hey, how you doing? Hey, Mr. Cunningham. I know you both want to.
How do you learn how to do a voice?
You don't learn.
You just know how to do it.
You don't learn. I think it's a natural gift.
Okay.
I think it's just a gift. I don't think you can. I've had voices where I've been hired to work on a particular voice, and I had to work on it, and you can spend time on it if you have, I think, an ear that's, you know, and I feel like it's a gift. I don't feel like it's something you can easily teach somebody. You know, certain voices you can teach to a degree, but you know, like certain voices are harder to do than others, and certain voices, I think my nasality, my tone go to naturally, if that makes sense.
Sure.
You know, like Marv is just like, I can do him in my sleep. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can do him just without even breathing, you know. It's just an easy voice to do.
Were you a funny kid?
No, not particularly. That's an interesting question. I started doing impersonation. When I was a teenager, I started imitating Steve Martin from Wild and Crazy Guy. Yeah. And I started doing that, and that's kind of how it got me into doing stand. You know, I don't want to pretend to be a full-time stand-up. I'm not. I'm more of a comedy producer now. I did stand-up many years ago. I did do impersonations on the radio a lot. Did a lot of that, but I'm not really a comic anymore. I'm producing comedy shows. I run a comedy school. But I did do it a little bit, teeny bit in the past. And I did a lot of radio comedy. So, was I a funny kid coming? It's a long answer to the question. But
I forgot the question.
When I was a teenager, I did Steve Martin, which was fun. I did Steve Martin, the wild and crazy guy.
The new phone books are here. The new phone books are here.
And that got me started. And then I think I started doing some impersonations of Jimmy Carter, and that led me to doing some stand-up a long, long time ago.
Well, you're the perfect person for me to ask. Funniest movie of all time.
Oh wow. Funniest movie of all time.
Second, have you seen Diner?
Yes, I love Diner. I know Steve Guttenberg too.
I've seen him on the Upper West Side.
He lives in 67th. Yeah.
Steve Guttenberg.
I love. That's a wonderful movie. It's a powerful, wonderful movie.
Did you see Fish Called Wanda?
I don't know that movie well, and I know that's a famous movie, famous comedy. But I love the scene in Diner. You're a Diner fan, obviously, right? You know,
I never saw it.
You know,
I have to see it.
You've never seen Diner?
No.
The scene in Diner when he goes, he says, are you going to finish that sandwich? You two play against me. You two play against me. You know, he goes, you know what your problem is? You don't chew your food. It sits in your heart. It makes you very tense. And then Mickey Rourke comes over and he says, who and then Steve Guttenberg goes, who do you like? Who do you like? You know, Mathis or Sinatra? And he goes, Presley, can I get some fries, Doris?
I'm laughing. I don't even know the movie.
It's honestly, it's a beautiful. I don't think it's just a guy. I think it's a beautiful, really amazing movie. I think it's a wonderful. It's just
choice.
It's Barry Levinson's. You know, just. I mean, I loved Rain Man, but that's a very different movie, very different energy. But Diner is just a beautiful, wonderful, wonderful movie, and it just you can watch it again and again and again, and you know, Steve Guttenberg, Paul Reiser, Mickey Rourke, Ellen Barkin, Daniel Stern, all those guys, Kevin Bacon. Sorry.
Ellen Barkin was in my sexy movie. See,
was the guy from he played the guy in Aluminum Siding? Was the guy from
There's
LA
one
Law?
guy I'm leaving one guy out, but it's just I totally recommend it.
Okay.
But that's a really nice question. What's my favorite comedy? Let me give me a second.
Sure, and we're talking to Andy Engel, comedian, and we're discussing what his favorite movie is because you know we do the movie brackets. We basically put together a NCAA bracket of movies.
Okay.
And we took 200. We scaled it down to 64. We've been voting online.
Okay.
We're down to like 32 or something.
Okay. Well, I want to leave a couple if I could. First, I'm going to say Borat. Never laughed so hard in the first 30 minutes.
Really? Okay.
The first 30 minutes of Borat, and his HBO interviews were spectacular. I don't know if you saw those.
No.
You didn't see the HBO interviews?
No.
Well, this is what he did. Okay, and this ties into this is a good story because he interviewed people as a rapper. Okay, and they thought it was a real rapper. He got a lot of very important people. Who are the people he got to interview? Well, he got the two former attorney generals of the United States of America.
This is when he was LAG.
Right. He got.
Well, why would they sit down with the rapper?
Because they sent these guys a letter and portrayed that he's like for youth and it's important and da 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 da. And this is who he got to sit down. And these people took it as a serious interview. They didn't treat it as a joke. Edwin Meese, Reagan's former attorney general, Newt Gingrich, Ralph Nader, Pat Buchanan, Buzz Aldrin, Donald Trump.
They were all duped?
All of these people were duped. Every single one of them.
It was
unbelievable. And most of them played ball with him in a nice way. Brent Scowcroft, first President Bush's National Security Advisor, he's my favorite Republican of all time. And he was the coolest guy. And Ali G says, what would you do if, would you ever think of changing sides, fighting for Canada? What would you do if Canada invaded the U.S., would you fight for the Vietnamese, And Scowcroft's saying, no, and Scowcroft's having fun with him, playing with him, you know what I'm saying? And he says this is a great line, he says to Buzz Aldrin, he says, what was it like to walk on the sun? He says that with a straight face. And Buzz Aldrin is like cool guy, he's like playing with him, you know what I'm saying? Scowcroft is cool. And the more what do you call it, tight-ass Republicans you got, the less cool they were, Pat Buchanan not as cool, Newt Gingrich not as cool, Barr, this congressman from the South, not as cool. But who was cool also? The least coolest guy was Donald Trump.
Really?
Who got up and walked out of the interview. And that's why in the movie Borat, you see Borat taking a shit in front of Trump Tower.
Oh my God.
He did that in person. It was a little homage, to him. And but those interviews were unbelievable.
That was sort of that's the backdrop to the Daily Show. which is what that's sort of all about, right?
I'm embarrassed to say this. I know a lot of the writers on the show. A lot of them are friends of mine. I've got quotes from them.
Never watched it.
I didn't watch it. And I know Stewart was brilliant. I know Jon Stewart was unbelievable. I even booked him for gigs many years ago, believe it or not, before he was big. And but the Ali G HBO show, do you agree, Lance? Was on another level.
The Ali G show
was on another. You're saying what comedy do I like?
Yeah.
I would say SNL when it's at its best. The Ali G show when it's at its best. The HBO Ali G show.
Okay, I'll watch it.
Veep is right up there
Fantastic.
in my book. I would say we were in sync on that. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, I know. Zach Galifianakis, Between Two Ferns. Have you ever seen that?
I have, but I only see I don't see all of them. I see whatever goes viral.
I don't want to say bad, but that's freaking brilliant. I mean, just the stuff he does is, you know, the thing with Obama, and all the people he has on the show.
Hillary, the one with Hillary was fantastic.
It's mind-numbing. I think those are my favorite things. Barack, you know, those are the best. And but you got to watch the HBO Borat interviews.
Okay.
Because they're absolutely
Is it a show or it's a special?
No, it was like a number of shows, like a series.
Okay.
And they're just breathtaking. They're on another level. I mean, the questions. He's in the he gets into the United Nations, and he's asking one of the tour guides. He says, "Why does Michael Jordan have his own chair in the United Nations? What was up with that? You know?" He says, "No, Mr. Boy. It's for the country, Jordan. Country." He's like, the questions and things he asks are it's just like he's on another level.
Where is he? Why has he disappeared?
He's done some movies. I mean, he's just disappeared. We did 3 films. I think his first film, the first 30 minutes were unbelievable. And I think his show was unbelievable when he went to the South. And I think a lot of the people he's interviewing are all the Trump people today. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because he does go undercover, so we don't know. Like, he tends to go undercover, and I think like part of his thing is like when he can't have his character be known. So I would imagine he's working on something.
But he's married to this like plain, gorgeous actress.
Yeah,
plain, gorgeous actress.
I mean, not
she's
crazy.
Hot. Yeah.
That woman from
right.
Or whatever.
Actually, John is asking. John from Cherry Hill.
Oh, cool.
JCH is asking what you thought of the Mike Tyson special on HBO. Have you seen it?
The special? You mean his one-person show?
His one-person show.
I love Mike Tyson, and I really do, and I say that because I don't say that, and I think that he had the toughest life. If anybody knows the history of Mike Tyson, they know that his life was brutal. I wasn't a big fan of the show, but I'm so happy that he's getting a lot of play in the what do you call it? In the
those movies.
In the Hangover movies. I love the Hangover movies.
Yeah, we did.
Brilliant.
We had them, but they were
I
rejected
want
when
to
we to the
question,
64.
and it was a great question. It's a wonderful question. I just wasn't totally prepared for it. I don't want to say what my favorite. I want to say a couple of my favorite comedies. The Russians are coming. It has its corny moments, but it has its unbelievable moments. Okay, spectacular movie. Russians are coming. Being There with Peter Sellers, spectacular movie. You familiar with that?
No.
Being There is Lance. You familiar with that?
What year?
Yeah.
1979. One of the all-time great. And it's not a traditional comedy. I hate the word dramedy, but it's a dramedy. And I hate that word, but that's what it is. But it's a spectacular, unbelievable movie.
Okay.
It's on another level. And I mean, you just for classic stuff, A Night at the Opera, A Day at the Races, for the Marx Brothers.
What about some of the Mel Brooks stuff? Big fan?
The Producers. The first one, The Producers. Not the more recent ones as much. I love The Producers. The Producers was, Mel Brooks is a classic.
What about The Jerk?
I'm embarrassed to say I'm not that familiar with it, but I know Steve Martin is a comedic genius, I think. I'm trying to think what else.
We did have a bunch of comedies. Let me sort of...
We don't have many comedies on there. In fact, we don't have any.
Did you see Flamingo Kid?
I was in that. I mean, I was.
You were in Flamingo Kid?
Flamingo Kid. I was not in it, but the statement was accurate in that I worked 2 months on the movie as a stand-in for Fisher Stevens.
Wow.
So I was on the set every single day for 2 months in Brighton Beach, freezing our asses off because we were filming it in cold weather. Matt Dillon, Marissa Tomei, help me out here.
I'm gonna have to get like.
Fan?
Yes, you're gonna have to get the one person who was in the film who was most important.
Who's that?
Gretzky? What's her name? Janet
Yeah.
She's nice. She's nice.
She hasn't seen the movie,
she
but
was a nice
I know my
person.
she plays on a similar team as I do.
Oh, I thought you meant as Janet does. I'm like, really?
No, you don't play on Janet's
No, I
team.
play
You
on
play,
your
She was a
you
nice
play-
woman. The woman who played, I think,
She was nice?
She was nice. She's a good person.
She was single back then.
Yeah, she was. The gal who played the There was another gal in the movie. I forget her name. She was not a nice person. I doubt I recall. I don't even remember her name.
Marissa Tomei.
She doesn't have much of a career. No, it wasn't Marissa. No, it was some.
Oh yeah,
that person's
from my
career didn't take
perspective, it was all about Janet Jones.
I loved Marissa Tomei.
And it was Janet Jones and the Saints. Like they were, and the guy who played his dad was incredible. The
forget his name. Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about. He's a classic New York actor.
Yeah.
Yes, with a Spanish name.
Yeah.
Help me out here.
He was on
Hector Elizondo.
Oh yeah, Pretty Woman.
He was amazing.
He was great.
How many pounds of potatoes are you going to eat before?
Yeah, no, I was on that set for 2.5 months.
Right. I was like, this is my. He was like, this is my lamp. This is my this. You're going to listen to me. That was my dog. He's like going through everything.
You want to hear a funny story about that? So I get to be a stand-in. When I was a kid, that's a good gig. That's like I'm gonna get health insurance this year. Okay, I'm gonna meet people on the set. I met a lot of cool people. I wasn't smart enough at the time to really understand those connections. It was very cool. We were treated really well. And then we're talking to the SAG rep one day, and the SAG rep says to us casually, "Oh, were you paid for that extra hour?" The other said, "No, I don't think so." She files a formal complaint with Screen Actors Guild against the film. Okay, so we get a call from Sylvia Fay, the queen of extras casting in New York City for the last 30 years, screaming at Jimmy, saying, "I can't fucking believe you did that. You'll never work as an extra again." She's screaming at us, and I'm like going crazy. I'm apoplectic. I think we're going to get thrown off the movie. Fortunately, we got to stay, and I got my health insurance.
And you got paid for the hour.
We got paid for all the but it's like it was such a horrible move on her part. I'll never forget that. But it was a good experience overall. It was very cool meeting a lot of cool people. I was young. I was a kid. I was on this movie, meeting all these people, and I'd worked as an extra many times. And you work as an extra, you get traded shit. The movies I worked on is kind of interesting if you want to talk about movies. I worked on Fame, Saturday Night Fever, Superman, The Warriors. I got screen credit on actually. Wow. I was screen, but I'm embarrassed because I had no lines in the movie The Warriors. But I was an orphan. I was just at a convention for the movie The Warriors in Coney Island, believe it or not, signing autographs, no lines. But people are major fans of the movie. I worked on. I can't even remember all the movies I worked on. But I'd never gotten a stand-in thing. Because getting a stand-in was a big deal. And it was money, and it was cool, and it was great, And I remember she didn't hire me for another 5 years or something after that, That really screwed. It was like, but, neither live and learn, it wasn't mine. I didn't even instigate it, But I worked on a lot of big movies as a kid, I'm trying to remember all the movies. I can't even remember all of them,
Wow, that's awesome.
They just fled. The interesting thing, I was working on the movie Superman, and we're filming the movie on 42nd Street near the Daily News building, and all of a sudden the movie crew, the whole lights went out on the whole set. It wasn't the movie crew, it was the blackout of 1977. The whole city went out, and for some reason they fed us that night and didn't send us home right away, which is crazy.
I was around the time with like Son of Sam also.
That was scary. This is 1977, man. I remember they fed us, which is crazy. And I remember they put me on a bus with an older woman who was an extra, and they said, "Take her home." I said, "Okay, Mr. Production Assistant, I'll do whatever you want." I got on the bus. Somebody mooned us. It was crazy. A lot of shit was happening just outside the bus, taking a bus home. I get out of 66 on Broadway, where I used to live, and it was pitch black. I couldn't see anything. There were no car lights. There was nobody with flashlights. And I saw a police car. I said, "Would you take this woman home?" Because she lived in the opposite direction. They said, "No problem." I said, "Wow, this is kind of scary." I didn't know what a blackout was.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, and I was like, "Wow, that's
Just reset.
Okay.
I'm not going off too much on TV.
No, that's okay. Well, I was going to thank you anyway for coming in. This is Andy Engel. He's a comedian. Fascinated. Everything about what you've done and where you've been. And I love it. I love you're a comedy teacher, have a comedy school, and your impressions are incredible. You're spot on with what you think is funny and not funny, because basically if you agree with me, you're spot on. And you're wonderful, and I thank you so much for coming in.
I'm so grateful for the opportunity. I really am.
You're hands down the nicest guest we've had. Like, you're so appreciative. We've had great guests, but you're the most appreciative person.
I'm very, very grateful. I really am grateful. And can I make one plug? Is that okay?
Yeah, I wanted. That's what I was going to ask. Where can people see you? Where can people sign up for your school? Like, some people want to get in touch with you.
They can go to ManhattanComedySchool.com. I'll say it again: ManhattanComedySchool.com. Email any other website you'll get me. And I'm doing a free seminar this Saturday at 11:45 at NOLA Studios. You can find this information on my website, Manhattan Comedy School. It's a totally free seminar. It's called You Can Do Stand-Up Comedy. If you want to get started, it's free, 11:45 this Saturday at NOLA Studios, but all the information on the website.
No reason not to. If you've ever had like a hint of comedic anything running through your system, go to this.
You'll be relieved to know that I have.
You'll be relieved to know that Lance will not be there because he has not a funny bone in his body.
But Larry here is very funny.
I think you're already natural. You're a pro. You're on air and all that. And I think you'd have a lot of fun if you got up and just.
I would do it. I would do it when I was.
We should get Jen up there. Yeah.
Whenever you want, you got an open invitation.
Thank you so much.
Just walk on and you get the VIP treatment.
I love it. I really appreciate it.
I don't know when Jerry's going to be there, but sometimes I know.
Can I open for Jenna?
Yes. You're a big Jerry fan, right?
The biggest.
Okay, so
the biggest.
Okay.
Biggest.
Can I talk to you off camera when we're
Yes.
Absolutely.
We'll talk off.
I'm so grateful for being here. I hope I didn't go off in my rant.
ManhattanComedySchool.com, right?
Thank you so much.
Check it out.
You were saying Gotham.
I am the new talent director at Gotham for 5 years, and if people don't want to take a class, they feel very confident, they can contact me through my school and say I want to do a new talent show. Would love to connect with you.
Perfect. Awesome.
Thanks for coming in.
Take a break.
We get your pictures.
Yeah, let's
awesome.
This camera stays live.
Are we off camera?
No, this camera's live.
Camera stays live, so you guys can talk over there.
Woo.
But let me just take a picture first.
Oh, yeah.
Over there.
I can't believe
That's nice. It was nice sitting there because you can't go
You see the camera over there is like, so now like as the sun starts going down, I start getting like, my head starts going different laps. Are you on Instagram?
You know, I'm so embarrassed. I'm almost mentally retarded when it comes to social media. My wife is from Poland and she's like, you're a fucking idiot. You're an idiot. You're an idiot.
it's really funny.
It's true.
So is that now?
I think it's a
I
no.
just started. My 8-year-old daughter put me on Instagram the other day.
So
my 8-year-old daughter actually did. I'm not
so get me
this
the
up.
get me the Instagram thing. I'll tag you. And we'll tag the others.
Okay.
Stuff.
The main thing is Facebook, I guess. And
yeah, we'll tag that. But I have
okay,
this picture I take goes on Instagram.
Can I talk to you privately without talking there?
Yeah.
Is that picking up?
That might be.
Yeah.
Just talk over there.
Okay. Yes. Oh, yeah. Here, right here. He will come back. He does. He really loves his partner. He loves the owner. Especially
biggest thing. Every episode, every episode we're done.
If you do get a chance to meet him, he's the nicest guy.
I know.
You know that you hit that. Okay, that's cool.
Al.
Third wheel. Right. Awesome. Beautiful. So I'll email you to say he's coming. You know, there's a 25% chance he might come. That's coming. I would really enjoy it. I would really love to check out there because I'm grateful to come here. I know you're a big fan. I know you would dig it.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Sure. Great.
Hey, Larry,
Awesome.
thanks for